Hi, I'm Steve Schmoller, chef owner of Crop Bistro here in Cleveland, and we're talking holiday food and we're talking gravy. And you know, like the whole holiday dinner, gravy is one of those things that really can make the whole dinner. And I'm a sauce fanatic. At the restaurant, we really pride ourselves on our sauces. And a little earlier, I showed you how to make a chicken stock. And it really is the fundamentals of cooking that really make that difference. And you know, over the years, as you look at how your gravy's made, what I really found out is you always need more gravy than you think you need, and it's great to be able to make it a little more controlled method and do it ahead of time. So what I did earlier is I roasted our chicken bones with some mirepoix, and then using the Kinetico reverse osmosis water, made stock. And the stock, I'm just smelling it right now. I can't wait to try it. But this started out as about 2 gallons. I reduced it almost by half. And as you can see, you get this great rich color from pre-roasting the bones and the mirepoix. And you get this richness that you don't get from just boiling the bones. A lot of people will actually just put it all in the pot. It's okay, but you're not going to get the depth of flavor. So to make my gravy, what I've got here is my chicken stock. And what we'll do is we'll start off with a little saute of some shallots. I love the shallots. They're a little more mild than the onion. But I've got some butter. It's about 2 tablespoons of butter. And then saute your shallots really very lightly. I don't want to get too much color on these. I've already got the caramelization of the vegetables in the roasting of the bones, and that builds itself into the stock. As you can see, the color in the stock is just so rich. And there's no substitute. Making your own stock is worth the effort. Also because it's so simple. That effort is really going to pay off. So just really just sweat your onions for 30 seconds, 40 seconds. And then add your chicken stock. And since the stock has already been reduced down, the flavor of that stock is already ready to go. So what we want to do is we're going to flavorize it just to finish it with a couple ingredients. One of them is Dijon mustard, and I love the Dijon mustard, and I don't use much, but it's one of these ingredients that you don't realize it's in there, but it makes the difference in adding a little bit of acidity to the sauce and a little richness that is kind of your secret ingredient. So when people are commenting on how great your sauce, your gravy is over your meal, don't tell them these secrets. Keep it the secret because you'll be the hero. So what I do is traditional gravies usually use a roux, which is a blend of flour and butter. But what I do is I like using cornstarch because it's a very effective thickener, but it's also not adding more fat than you need because of the butter, and you're not actually getting the flavor of the flour because the cornstarch is really very neutral. It's letting all the other ingredients, that stock, the onion, the shallot, your Dijon come through. So again, RO water, and you make what we call a slurry, and this is just the cornstarch with equal parts water, just so it turns to a really milky looking concoction. You don't want it to be lumpy. Make sure that you've got it well blended. And what you do is, as soon as your stock starts coming back up to a boil, you start adding your starch. And again, this is going to make about 2 quarts of a little over 2 quarts of your stock. So depending on your recipe, again, you can improvise. I like being able to do things kind of on the fly. Creativity is really the art of cooking, being spontaneous. So this is already starting to come up because my stock was hot. And then the debate on how thick or how thin your gravy is, again, is up to you. I personally like it just thick enough to coat. I don't like gloppy. I don't like where it's all kind of congealed on the plate. I like it to be able to flow a little bit. It looks more elegant. So just start adding your starch a little bit at a time. I started with about 3 tablespoons of the starch, which is good for about 2 to 3 quarts. And see, already I'm getting this nice texture. And when they say coat the back of a spoon, what it means is if it's coating the back of a spoon when it's hot, that's the cling, and you're getting just enough cling. Now, I'm going to take this a little bit further, but not much. I end up using all my starch. And as soon as that starts to come to a real boil, add your salt to taste. And again, subjective. You might like salt, your guests might not like salt. So let them add a little, if needed. A little bit of black pepper. And then I've got some tarragon. And tarragon is one of those ingredients that, again, is that kind of unique aroma. It has a little bit of a licorice note, a little bit of an anise note. And I really love it in this sauce because it's one of those ingredients where, again, your guests will say, what's that flavor? And you can kind of have a little competition. Well, can you name the flavor? Ah, tarragon. You get dessert tonight. So add your fresh herbs kind of right at the end just to release the flavor. And this looks absolutely perfect. You can see you've got this great natural golden color. And the texture is just pourable and light. What I like about this too is it doesn't overpower the other things on the dish. Put it on your potatoes, put it on the turkey, put it on your stuffing. It's light, it's luscious, and the only way this works, the way I want it to work, is by using the Kinetico K5RO that we put in the house. I love it at the restaurant, I love it even more in the house. Enjoy.